Ta-da! Hello everybody, and today is the big day. Today I'm going to show you our brand new travel trailer.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV.
Well, as you know, for a while we've been looking for that perfect travel trailer, that perfect fifth trailer that we need. Not a fifth wheel, but our fifth trailer, if you will. And the premise was simple. We wanted something without a slide, with dual axles, and fairly well built, with a floor plan that suited our needs. And as you know, we went to the Hershey RV Show last September, and we saw several rigs, and aside from an Airstream, which was a little bit above our budget, nothing really checked all the boxes. And so far, this is the one that has checked most of the boxes. And today I'm going to show you what we like, what we don't like, and why we chose it. It is an Outdoors RV. They have a bunch of, it's an Outdoors RV Backcountry series, Titanium series, 21BD, which is a brand new floor plan for Outdoors RV. They're made in Oregon. They're a relatively small company. They have like a cult following, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to get this particular brand, because everybody likes them. We have not heard one negative comment about Outdoors RV. And I know it looks kind of weird with the tongue jack up. Yeah, this rig has a self-leveling system, so that is actually normal. Now I'm gonna grab the camera and show you around. Well, here we go. It looks solid, it looks beefy right here. And since it is a 4-season rig and it does have an onboard propane generator, they gave us two 40-pound propane tanks here in the front. We have two lead acid batteries that eventually we're gonna get rid of, because here we have it. They call it a toy lock. This is to lock your bicycles and all that. It's very cool. Here we have our storage compartment, which of course, oh, we have a spider in our storage compartment. Little spider, we've only been here for like a day and you're already here. Anyway, these are the two solar controllers. We do have 1,000 watts of solar up on the roof. And this is since we don't have access to the other side, because that's where the generator is, they do provide this very large pull-out drawer, so you can access, all your stuff that you have in there, which is actually very convenient. Here are some of the controls, like the battery disconnect and the auto level system, and they even give us a antiquated USB and a 12-volt adapter. We do have lights in here, which is very nice. And this one is a light that actually lights up the battery compartment in the front. So this is it. This is, and it does close if you want to keep that closed. Anyway, here we go. Very nice latches, and everything in this rig is very well constructed. I'm going to show you the awning in a little bit, and how we retract this ladder, which I actually rather like. By the way, everything. Outdoors RV loves stickers. At one point, we're gonna, let's call it, de-stickerize this rig. Here we have, and everything is covered, like that's a propane quick connect for barbecue grill or whatnot. Dual axles, which is what we wanted, and this one has the All-Track by MORryde suspension, which is kind of goes up and down. I mean, it's an off-road system. Of course, off-road, never adjust. Dexter has all the stickers. 4 seasons. Everything is supposed to be very well insulated, and these are some of those jacks that for the self-leveling system, which is a first for us. We've never had a rig that levels itself. We do have to calibrate it a little bit. It does have a camera. Look at that huge window in the back. As soon as we get inside, I'm going to show you. Here I'm going to change this. I mean, I love that it's made in the Oregon mountains, but I'd rather put my own logo in there. And they're coming to the driver's side here, to the service side. This is where we have the furnace. This is the power connector. These are the satellite dish and cable connectors that we're probably never gonna use. City water, black tank flush. And this is the gravity fill for the 100-gallon tank. This is an outdoor shower that does have its own water pump that you will turn on here, and it's more than like an outdoor shower. It's more like a garden hose kind of connector. Now this is what's unique about Outdoors RV, and they do provide this light here, which is kind of too bright for the dumping side. Here are the two valves, and what happens? The two valves are inside the underbelly, so you know everything is winterproof, if you will. And then this is our hose that comes out. But if these two valves are closed, there will be no liquid on this pipe here coming out. So it is truly a four-season rig, if you will, because everything, all the water, all the liquid is inside that underbelly. I wanted to show you something else. Where is it? Oh, here. This here that looks also like a dumping valve. That's the low point drain that is there in the middle. That's the valve for that. Anyway, coming to this side, here we have, and let me open it up so you can see it. This trailer, lo and behold, it comes with a 3600 watt propane generator. So we do have an onboard generator. We do not have an inverter or any high-tech stuff like that, but eventually we will. That's something on the list of things to do. And that's it. We've gone all around the rig, and let me tell you, at the beginning I thought it was going to be too big, but it is actually very comfortable. Oh, I forgot to mention, on this side we have a 10-gallon propane and electric water heater. It's very nice. We've never had one of those. We've always been like in the instant tankless water heater camp, and now we have one of these. And before we decide to swap it, we're gonna test it out and see if we like it. I think we're gonna like it. And here we have another power connector, speakers for the radio, which are actually decent, believe it or not. And this would be the exhaust for the hood in the galley there. Let me show you how these steps work. In the beginning I was like, I don't know if I like this, but yeah, they're nice. Okay, about our steps here, I wasn't sure at the beginning, as I said, but these are very adjustable, and they're quite nice actually, because let me show you. First you have to remove this pin here in order to, and that's the only thing that it's a little bit of a pain. But once you remove the pin, you just go, it's like an accordion. You go like, and then you lift this and you just tuck them in there. Very cool, very simple. They're highly adjustable because you can adjust them at the top, and there's also an adjustment here at the bottom, at the legs. And even if you are like next to a curb or something, they have like a ladder mode, if you will, right? You can put them like really, really close to the rig, and if you have a curb right next to you, you could just, you don't have to deploy them all the way out. But if you do, they're actually very comfortable. Here you go. And then they're at a little bit of a slant there. So what you do, and then if you can see, they have 3 adjustable positions. So you put them in this higher position, and now they're almost perfect. Actually, there. And then what they recommend is at any position that you have them, put the pen back in, just because, you don't want it to move and have an accident or something. So There. Yeah, the pen is not an outstanding product, but there you go. And now, yeah, I love it. Now let me show you inside. Well, hello and greetings from the inside of Pelicamper. What do you guys think? I mean, this is one of the things that sold us originally about this camper, having a dinette back here with this huge window, which right now is not the most scenic place, but can you imagine, being, at a scenic place, you have this huge picture window behind you. And we originally, when we went to Pennsylvania to see this unit, it was the 20BD, which is a slightly shorter version that had like a U-shaped dinette. But we knew they were coming out with a 21BD that had the regular dinette, and we're like, that would be great, because Ilya and I, as you know, we both work remotely. We both need a nice large surface to work comfortably, to be honest, and we've never really had a rig that is like really comfortable to work with. And a dinette is usually not, but I mean, these are very comfortable seats, and we have the space, Ilya will be on that side, I'll be on this side. Eventually I'm gonna do like some cable management here through the middle, because I work with external hard drives. But this is pretty much the setup. I have my microphone here for voiceovers, audio interface. We're gonna have, in behind here, like USB hubs, that kind of thing. And I work with a laptop, and I use an iPad as a second monitor. It works perfectly. I don't even need a mouse pad on this table. And yeah, this is the main area where we're gonna be, spending most of the time. Now let me grab the camera and show you the rest of the camper, which first of all, let's turn on the AC, because even though it is winter, we are here in South Florida, where it is usually warm. And the first thing, and over the course of this walkthrough, I'm also gonna give you things that I like and things that I don't like. This AC is not bad. It's not terribly loud. We may even be able to silence it a little more, and it is ducted throughout the rig, so that's really cool. And we've only been able to use it once, as we arrived here in South Florida. It's been kind of a beeline south from the dealer. But anyway, the dinette. Let's start back here. And these windows are tinted enough that during the daytime you can't really see inside, which is great. At the beginning I didn't really know the purpose of this skylight, but it does provide a lot of light, especially on a sunny day, especially when the sun is not hitting the table. So that's really cool. We have storage here under the dinette, two pretty large drawers, and you can tell these are well made. In fact, a couple days ago I forgot to press the button, and it opened en route. And yeah, look at the size of these pedestals. Everything is very solidly made, and that's one of the things that sold us about this rig. Now, the first con that I have, it is the year 2025. Give me some modern USB hubs, plugs, please. And then we have a 12 volt that we've been using. And that's the thing, we don't have an inverter in this rig yet. So I bought some portable inverters that we've been plugging to the 12 volts adapters, and with limited success. I'll tell you about it in a little bit. These are very nice windows. There's a pro and a con. They're all exactly the same, but that's all they do. That's as wide as they open, so you don't get the feel of having an open window. But then again, this is just for air circulation. You can leave them open even if it's raining. So it's very nice to have. Here in the back of every one of these, we have this area that we're gonna utilize. At least I am gonna utilize to put junk, like cameras that I'm not using at the moment, and even leave it there. I might build it a little lip here so things don't fall off, and just keep some junk back there. On this side we have a similar door. And another thing, the lights are rather warm, which actually it goes really well with the warm color motif of this RV. As you know, it's kind of dark wood, and in real life it doesn't feel as dark for some reason. And it is real wood. All these are made out of real wood, and you can tell by some of the imperfections on the wood. This is a remote for the awning that I'm going to show you very soon here. This is the screen for the self-leveling system. This is our generator controls, fresh tank heater. Just think, you know, this is a 4-season rig after all. This is your awning extend if you don't want to use the remote. And then here we have lights. Everything is mechanical switches. This is the awning light, and here's your tanks. Rather antiquated system, but I mean, it works. And here we have the heater, the water heater. You can use it either on propane or electricity, 120 volts. And then this is your water pump, which is a 3-way switch. So I could turn it on here, and then if I so desire, I can turn it off here in the bathroom. And it has an LED light, so you know if it is on or off. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I want to save the bathroom for last. And moving on to another thing that I don't like, this TV set. It's in a horrible position. You would think, it's kind of in front of the dinette, so both people in the dinette, even if this is a 4-person dinette, truly. So even the 4 people in the dinette could technically watch the TV, but this is what happens. That TV is really high up there. I got a pain in my neck just by watching TV for about 10-15 minutes. So, and it's not since it is at such a high angle, some of these TVs, you have to be looking at them straight into them to get the best contrast ratio and all that. So, yeah, we're gonna find better use for that area for sure. On the other hand, the stereo sounds rather decent. The TV does have a swivel mount, as you would expect, and that's why this ring is for, which is kind of in the middle there, but you lower it and that unlocks. Well, you have to undo this bungee, which is there as well for transport. You unlock it, and then you can do this. I mean, it doesn't tilt down or anything like that, so I don't know the usefulness of this. And we're not, you may be different, but we don't really watch TV all that much. I mean, I guess you could put it this way and watch it from the galley, but I don't think that's something we're gonna do. Okay, this refrigerator, Furion 12-volt refrigerator. Actually, I put the camera on the tripod again so I can show you. This refrigerator opens from this side, but it also opens from this side, which is kind of unnecessary, but I guess if you're cooking here in the galley and you just need to grab something real quick, it is easier this way. If you are in the dinette and you run out of beer and you want another one, it's easier to get it from here. I mean, and then you would think that this is like a pull-out drawer for the freezer, but no, it's also one of these deals, and you can also open it from both sides, which is quite nice for an RV fridge, and you do have temperature controls and all that, which generally speaking, these 12-volt RV refrigerators are rather basic. Now, moving on to the galley. This is another one of our favorite parts of the rig, and the rig, it's kind of divided into 3 spaces, right? You have the dinette back here, you have the galley, and then if you keep the room rather dark, I mean, the camera sees it better than the human eye, and especially at night when you don't have the skylight, it kind of disappears back there. You don't really see it. You don't really see that it's there. And then if you really want not to see it, you have a rather fashionable curtain. Very nice. Let me move on to the galley. Actually, the galley is one of the nicest areas of the rig. Here we have a counter extension, which I would like to see it more like flush with the rest of the counter, but I guess they couldn't do it. We have a spice rack down here, and I mean, this is not like a marble countertop or anything, but it feels very premium, very nice material. Here we have a sink, a rather large sink. We still haven't done like a dish rack or anything like that, but we're gonna accessorize it. It's a very nice faucet, and yeah, I like the black aesthetics of it. Here we have a regular this is a Furion. Most of the appliances here, I guess a lot of RV companies are using a Furion these days. That's a 3-burner stove with the high high capacity. It's called high flow, the one that you boil stuff on in the front, and then the smaller ones in the back. And here we have a propane oven. It's kind of on the small-ish side, but it has one advantage. You don't have to light up that the pilot down there. The pilot lights up automatically from up here. And then we have a little bit of more of a counter space here with a GFCI plug back here that we're probably going to use for our coffee machine and whatnot. Coffee machines, plural, because we do use two. Illy drinks regular, and I drink espresso. So we have quite a bit of storage down here. This one is, of course, for our garbage can. That's the best spot for it. And you do have a shelf back there where you can put more stuff. And then you have three, and the drawers are kind of hard to open, but once you get them open, I mean, they're solid. This is, real wood, and they're not like, you see, it's kind of, you have to like do it with like you mean it. And we still haven't organized this like as we would like, but we're getting there. This down here, this is where the 10-gallon hot water heater is located. Here we have more storage. We do put some pans here, but we don't know exactly what we're gonna do long term. Here we have a pantry area that you can remove the shelves and it can double as a wardrobe closet. And here we have even more drawers for whatever you may need in the galley. So that's very cool. Let me get rid of this curtain. Let me retract the curtain real quick. As you've noticed, there's a lot of storage on this rig. There's another one up here and on top. Let me show you. Let me retract this curtain here real quick because I want to show you. I mean, and this is not a design flaw, let's call it, because they had no way of knowing that I use a mocha pot for my coffee. But what happens if I want to make coffee in the morning? Oh no, it doesn't fit. And this is what the 6 RV that I use, and I've never had this problem where the coffee machine doesn't quite, I mean, it works. Illy made it work. If you do the, low, you put it in kind of medium low, and you put the handle aligned with one of these bars so it doesn't burn, it actually works. But I'm gonna look for an adapter or something so it sits higher there on the burner. That's Furion, fix that. Now, while you weren't looking, I did turn on the lights here in the bedroom and open up the windows. This one goes to your campsite. This one, the larger one, which is the emergency exit, well, you get to see your neighbor if you're at a campground like this one. Here's a small TV for the bedroom, which we might remove as well. We don't really watch TV in the bedroom. And now here, this is the bed. It's a full queen bed. Actually, it has a very nice mattress by Heartland. I mean, this is a very nice mattress. This only comes in the Platinum Edition, I believe. And then you have storage under the bed here, which we might lose all this storage because this is where most people, I just noticed an imperfection here. This is kind of like sticking out. First imperfection, bad imperfection I really find on this rig. Here we have space to put your sandals or your shoes or whatnot. I'm gonna have to disassemble this now. But anyway, here on both sides you have drawers, which are very nice, which we might lose all this storage if we decide, or when we decide to put an inverter and lithium batteries here. It's not a true walk around the bed in the sense that the nightstands are very large. That's because we have a large storage down there, and that's under here. That's where the generator is, which amazingly enough, they put some nice sound dampening material there because it just doesn't sound that loud in here. Here under the bed, well, I bought these small inverters so we can have a power when we're boondocking. This is kind of antiquated too. We do have the reading lights, which I don't know how much we're gonna use, but they're nice. And on On both sides, we have wardrobe closets, rather large. And up here, we even have more storage. It is pass-through, so I might even be able to put like a piano or a keyboard up there. Something odd that they did, they put a pistol safe on this side. I guess if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you know, you're gonna have a pistol. And here again we have the old style USB, the cigarette lighter adapter, kind of 12 volt, and the regular power. That will work as long as you have the generator on or connected to shore power. I think that's it for the bedroom. It is very nice. We really like it. We have a max air fan here, which comes with a remote control, and it is very nice. Let me show you. It does show you it is air out 10%. It remembers the percentage. And you can, I mean, it has features. It's reversible. You can have it with the air coming in. It has a thermostat, so it has automatic settings and all that. We're probably never going to use the thermostat setting. I've never used it in previous Max Airs that I have, but never say never. Actually, let me turn it off. And it's the kind that you can still use even if it's raining, which is actually very nice. And now, last but not least, the head, as they call it in maritime terms. One thing that I didn't mention, this controls the air conditioner and the furnace. And the furnace comes out through these vents here on the floor. I don't know exactly how we're gonna prevent dirt and stuff from falling down there, but if you have this kind, please let me know in the comments how you're gonna keep those ducts clean. Anyway, here's the bathroom. Here we have, is not the largest mirror, but it's fine. It's adequate. It is a small-ish sink, and we're gonna accessorize all these with all kinds of cool stuff. Here we have our towels for now. I'm looking for a towel rack for this main door here. Here we have a max air fan, you know, nothing fancy, just fan on, fan off. Also the kind that you can leave open, and that way, you know, you exhaust any odors that you may have here. Here we have a magnified mirror, another hook here for like a hand towel. We have some storage there. We're gonna put a trash can there. Here we have some more storage underneath the sink. As I said, it's a small-ish sink, but totally adequate. And I kind of like the black faucets all over the place. Now, but the toilet, I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it is a borderline prime pooping position. I mean, I can close the door and still, you know, it's not bad. It's tight, but it's not bad, and you have, you have access to, if you want to put your phone here or anything like that. And finally, the shower, which is a shower, but it is also a tub. It's a small tub if you want to, like, wash a pet or whatnot. And now, let me show you, as I usually do at the RV show, you know, let me step in here. Coming this way, it's a little on the narrow side, but then this way, you have plenty of elbow room. And as far as headroom, this is a very tall trailer. This trailer is made for people over 6 feet tall for sure, 6'5", 6'7". You'll have no problem in this rig. I'm still looking for a black Oxygenics. I don't think they make one. I found a generic one in Amazon that I might get. But this shower head, not enough pressure. And this is another thing that we probably won't use. We're probably gonna do like dispensers, soap dispensers on this side. And oh, the medicine cabinet, by the way, pretty nice. I mean, it's these shelves are not very tall. I would like to remove one of them, maybe to have like be able to put taller bottles in there, but it's fine. What else did I want to show you? Well, this lights up, and if you put the on the bottom position, it does light up the oven. And if you turn on the gas, it turns red, which is a nice feature, because that way you know if it is if the gas is on. We have a nice hood here with the light, and the only thing left to show you is the shades, which I mean, this one in the door, it's kind of, I'm gonna see if I can find the one that goes inside there, that is like a pull down shade that goes actually inside the door, because what we have is this one, which is fine for privacy, but then every time you open and close the door, you have to pull it up. And I really have no use for this window, so I'd rather keep it closed most of the time. And one more thing about the shades, actually. Yeah, one more thing about the shades. We only have these night shades. Let me move my microphone stand here a little bit so I can show you. We only have these night shades, and they're a little finicky. I mean, right now it did it perfectly. And sometimes if you go through a bumpy road, they have a tendency to open up boom, there you go. So it would be nice to have like day shades, like those translucent one, and then those translucent ones, and then this one. But I mean, it's fine. I like these balances. I mean, everything is very pretty in here. Now let me go outside and give you my conclusions, if you will. Well, yeah, this was basically our Christmas present to ourselves, which, by the way, you're probably watching this on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas. And this is the first rig in 5 years that I own, that I'm not associated with the company at all. I mean, they did give me this fashionable trucker's hat and a jacket that we're in Miami, so I'm not gonna wear it. And the dealer does have an affiliate program that, you know, if this is something you're interested in, you know, let me know and I'll give you the contact information. But other than that, I mean, this is something that we bought outright, our first rig that we own in 5 years, and we're gonna modify it to our heart's content. And you know, essentially 4-season, off-road capable, and it checks most of the boxes what we wanted. Dual axle, no slide. You know, at one point I was willing to compromise on the slide situation, but I'm like, you know, it's been so many years, I just want something. And yeah, it's the elephant in the room, and it is elephantically large. Some people have told me that is too heavy, you have to get a 3/4 or a 1-ton truck or whatnot. Yeah, Starship, it does squat a little bit or sag a little bit in the back. I'm gonna upgrade that rear suspension. I haven't weighted it yet, but we're gonna go to a CAT scale and weight it. Make sure that we are within the specifications, but as long as I don't fill up that 100-gallon water tank, yeah, 100 gallons of fresh water, and 40 and 40 for fresh and black. As long as I don't fill up that water tank, I'm well within the capability of Starship. This is like 7,000 dry or something like that, which is, it's fine. And it tows fine. I mean, the first day, I hadn't towed for a while, and the first day towing in the Pennsylvania mountains, it did feel a little heavy, but I mean, I've been going 65, 70 on the interstate with no problem. And that's the main question that everybody had, and I had myself, my main concern, because I don't want to upgrade Starship yet, you know. But other than that, this is our you know, your first reveal and video review. I mean, the jury's still out, of course. We've only had it for about a week, so we'll be alternating, and that's what we're going to do in the future, right? We have a Peli Cruiser, our Class C, our small Class C, stored out west, and now we have Peli Camper here in Florida, and we're going to be alternating videos with either one of those. You know, you know, depending on where we are in the country and the type of trip that we're doing. This is going to be more like for staying at a week, you know, for a week or more at one spot, and then exploring around with the truck. Peli Cruiser out west is more like for the Route 66 trip, right? Where you're doing a road trip and you're stopping at every single spot. Something that we cannot do with this. We even have to like pick and choose gas stations. It's something large, you know, like a racetrack or a truck stop. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. I just wanted to show you our brand new RV. You're gonna be seeing this in our 2026 videos, and this is basically the last new video of the year. And I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy 2026, a very prosperous 2026. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.